Hello, English learners, and welcome back to another episode of English Pod. My name is Marco.
And I'm Erica.
And today, with Erica, we are getting married.
Well, we're not getting married.
We're not, but our actors in the podcast are.
That's right. So we've got a lesson today about weddings. And you know what? A lot of the language in this lesson is about weddings and marriages. And maybe you don't need to use this language every day, but
learning this vocabulary will definitely help you understand or learn a lot more about Anglo culture.
Okay, great point, Marco. I think now we can look at our vocabulary preview.
Vocabulary preview.
So 2 simple words in this vocabulary preview. The first one is groom.
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 So who is the groom?
Is the man that's getting married.
Okay, and our second word is
Bride.
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 And obviously the bride is
The woman getting married.
perfect. Now we have our bride and our groom, so it's time to listen to our dialogue the first time.
I can't believe that Anthony is finally getting married.
Yeah, well, it's about time. He's been living with his parents for 40 years.
Don't be mean. Look, here come the bridesmaids. Oh, their dresses look beautiful.
Who are those kids walking down the aisle?
That's the flower girl and the ring bearer. I'm pretty sure that they're the groom's niece and nephew. Oh, they look so cute.
I just hope the priest makes it quick. I'm starving. I hope the food's good at the reception.
That's all you ever think about, food. Oh, I think the bride's coming now. Oh, she looks gorgeous. Wait, what's she doing? Where is she going?
Oh, great. Does this mean that the reception is canceled?
Oh, Marco, that's so sad.
Yeah, I know. The reception is canceled.
Marco, they're
What?
not getting married.
Oh, well, I mean, the best part is when you go and eat and drink at the reception.
Okay. Well, there's some great language in this dialogue. And now let's look at our language takeaway.
Language takeaway.
Great. Our first word on the language takeaway today is it's about time.
It's about time.
It's about time.
It's about time.
So now we are going to listen to some examples on how we use this great phrase.
Example 1.
Dinner's ready.
It's about time. I'm starving.
Example 2.
Guess what? I finally got a job.
It's about time. You've been unemployed for 2 years.
Example 3.
We're almost there. Just a couple more minutes.
It's about time. We've been driving for 12 hours.
So this phrase means finally.
Finally, at last.
We've been waiting a long time for this.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's about time.
Great. Let's take a look at our second word now. Aisle.
Aisle.
A-I-S-L-E.
Aisle.
Aisle. It's a tricky word. It sounds like the contraction of I will.
Yeah, but it's spelled so strangely.
Right. We don't pronounce the S. The S is silent.
That's
It's
true.
aisle.
So what is an aisle?
In a big room where you have a lot of chairs, that space in the middle that allows people to walk through, that's the aisle.
So the aisle is the part where you walk
Yes.
in a big room
In a big room.
with many chairs.
With many chairs.
Okay.
So, in the church,
The bride and groom.
walk down the aisle.
Exactly.
Great.
Let's move to our third word.
Bridesmaid.
Bridesmaid.
Bridesmaids.
So who are the bridesmaids? Or wait, maybe you should ask me that.
Yeah, because we don't get bridesmaids.
Okay, so the bridesmaids are the women who are friends of the bride who stand next to her when she's getting married. Usually they're her best friends.
Right, okay. Okay, so we have our bridesmaids. Now we have our Flower girl.
Flower girl.
Flower girl.
Again, I'll explain this one.
Please.
The flower girl is that cute little girl who walks down the aisle and who throws flowers.
That's the flower girl. And with the flower girl, we have our ring bearer.
Ring bearer.
Ring bearer.
So the ring bearer is the cute little boy who walks down the aisle carrying the
Rings.
Yep,
Okay, so a lot of useful vocabulary for a wedding ceremony.
that's true.
Now let's look at our last word. Gorgeous.
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 Gorgeous means beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Yeah. Beautiful you can only use with a woman. Can you use gorgeous with a woman or with a man?
Yes, gorgeous is unisex.
So both men and women are gorgeous.
Right, you can say, oh, that girl is gorgeous,
That guy is gorgeous.
right? Or you can say even, this house is gorgeous.
Okay, so men, women, objects.
Yes, yes.
All right, well, we've learned some really interesting vocabulary that will help us to understand an Anglo wedding. So why don't we listen to the dialogue slowed down?
I can't believe that Anthony is finally getting married.
Yeah, well, it's about time. He's been living with his parents for 40 years.
Don't be mean. Look, here come the bridesmaids. Their dresses look beautiful.
Who are those kids walking down the aisle?
That's the flower girl and the ring bearer. I'm pretty sure they're the groom's niece and nephew. Oh, they look so cute.
I just hope the priest makes it quick. I'm starving. I hope the food's good at the reception.
That's all you ever think about. Food. Oh, I think the bride's coming now. She looks gorgeous. Wait, what's she doing? Where's she going?
Oh, great. Does this mean that the reception is canceled?
Now in this dialogue, we have a word that many students often make mistakes on.
So this is a word that causes a lot of problems.
Yes, the word marry.
Marry.
Marry, right? So we are going to listen now to some common mistakes on how English learners use this word.
Right, so these are wrong examples.
Example 1.
Honey, let's marry.
Example 2.
We married 4 years ago.
Example 3.
When I marry, I want a huge wedding.
These are great examples of mistakes students make with the word marry. They're missing a word. Let's listen to these right examples to see what word is missing.
Example 1.
Honey, let's get married.
Example 2.
We got married 4 years ago.
Example 3.
When I get married, I want a huge wedding.
Great. So we can see that when we use the word marry, we say to get married.
Exactly right. Get married.
To get married, right?
Okay, don't forget that.
Yes. Get married. I will get married.
We got married.
Right. So now you know exactly how to use this word. We are ready to listen to our dialogue again for a third time. And this time it's going to be at a normal speed.
I can't believe that Anthony is finally getting married.
Yeah, well, it's about time. He's been living with his parents for 40 years.
Don't be mean. Look, here come the bridesmaids. Oh, their dresses look beautiful.
Who are those kids walking down the aisle?
That's the flower girl and the ring bearer. I'm pretty sure that they're the groom's niece and nephew. Oh, they look so cute.
I just hope the priest makes it quick. I'm starving. I hope the food's good at the reception.
That's all you ever think about. Food. Oh, I think the bride's coming now. Oh, she looks gorgeous. Wait, what's she doing? Where is she going?
Oh, great. Does this mean that the reception is canceled?
Okay, well, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know too much about marriages because, first of all, I'm not married and I've never really been to many marriages. So, Erica, some questions for you.
Okay.
What are these bridesmaids do? I mean, what are they about?
What do the bridesmaids do?
Yeah, what are they doing there?
Well, like I said earlier, the bridesmaids are the friends of the bride. But the most important people, besides the bride and groom, are the best man and the maid of honor.
Okay, and what do they do there in the ceremony?
Well, what they do is they sign the marriage license.
Okay, so they're like witnesses.
Exactly.
Okay, so, but wait a minute. They sign the marriage license there in the church?
Yeah, of course. Right inside the church, you sign the marriage license.
Wow, that's strange because from what I know, in other countries, usually you will sign the marriage license before the ceremony.
So you get married twice.
Yeah, you have like the civil marriage and then you have like the church wedding or whatever.
That's so complicated.
Well, yeah, I mean, the church wedding is just a ceremony. It's not really anything official.
Oh, in Canada, it's the official part as well.
I guess maybe you're just more efficient.
Maybe. Well, this is a really fascinating, a really interesting subject, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's so many countries that have different marriage ceremonies. I know that marriages in India last around 7 days.
Yeah. I want to know more about how our users get married in their country.
Yeah, and tell us how you get married in your countries.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear your stories.
Yeah, it should be interesting, right?
Okay, well, everyone, thanks for listening. And until next time, goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you, Erica and Marco, for that great introduction to today's episode. Weddings are such a beautiful and fascinating topic, and there's so much interesting vocabulary to explore. Whether you're planning a wedding, attending one, or just curious about how they work in English-speaking countries, today's podcast will give you all the essential words and phrases you need.
Key wedding roles.
Let's start with some key roles in a wedding ceremony. We heard Erica and Marco mention some of these, but let's break them down further. Bride, the woman getting married. Traditionally, she wears a white dress, symbolizing purity and new beginnings. Groom, the man getting married, often dressed in formal attire such as a tuxedo. Bridesmaid, a close friend or family member of the bride who assists her before and during the wedding, offering emotional support and practical help. Best man, the groom's closest friend or family member who supports him throughout the wedding and delivers a speech at the reception. Maid of honor, the chief bridesmaid, often a sister or best friend of the bride, who plays a key role in wedding planning. Flower girl, a young girl who walks down the aisle before the bride, scattering petals to symbolize a path of happiness. Ring bearer, a young boy who carries the wedding rings to the altar, representing purity and unity.
Important wedding vocabulary.
Now, let's take a look at some common wedding-related terms that will help you understand and talk about weddings with confidence. Ceremony, the formal event where the marriage takes place, often conducted in a church, garden, or courthouse. Reception, the celebration held after the ceremony, usually with food, drinks, music, and dancing. A sleigh, the path the bride walks down to reach the altar, often lined with flowers or candles. Vows, promises that the couple makes to each other during the ceremony, expressing their love and commitment. Marriage license, the official document that legally recognizes the marriage, often signed during or before the ceremony. Honeymoon, a trip that the newly married couple takes after the wedding to relax and celebrate their new life together. Bouquet, a collection of flowers held by the bride, which she traditionally tosses to single guests. Tuxedo, a formal suit worn by the groom and groomsmen, usually black or dark blue. Veil, a piece of fabric that covers the bride's face or hair, symbolizing modesty and mystery. Gorgeous, a word used to describe something or someone who is very beautiful and elegant.
Common wedding expressions.
Here are some useful expressions related to weddings that you might hear or use in conversations. Tie the knot, a common phrase meaning to get married. Cold feet, when someone feels nervous before getting married, often doubting their decision. Blushing bride, a term used to describe a happy, excited bride who is glowing with joy. Happily ever after, a phrase used to describe a long and happy married life, often associated with fairy tales.
Wedding traditions around the world.
Weddings are celebrated differently across cultures, and each tradition has its own unique customs and rituals. Here are a few interesting traditions. Indian weddings. They can last several days and include colorful clothing, music, dancing, and elaborate ceremonies such as the mehendi, henna ceremony. Western weddings often feature a first dance, cutting of the wedding cake, and speeches from the best man and maid of honor. Chinese weddings include a traditional tea ceremony where the bride and groom serve tea to their elders, and the color red is used for good luck and happiness. Moroccan weddings can last several days with elaborate outfits, traditional music, and henna designs applied to the bride's hands.
Wedding planning tips.
If you're planning a wedding, here are a few tips to make the process smoother. Set a budget. Weddings can get expensive, so plan accordingly and prioritize key aspects. Create a guest list. Decide who you want to invite to avoid overcrowding and budget issues. Choose a theme, whether it's traditional, modern, rustic, or destination. Picking a theme helps unify the event. Book a venue early. Popular locations get booked quickly, so securing one early is crucial. Hire a planner. If the budget allows, a wedding planner can make everything much easier. Don't forget to enjoy the day. It's easy to get stressed, but the most important thing is to cherish the moment.
Cultural differences in wedding celebrations.
In some countries, such as the US and Canada, couples sign their marriage license during the ceremony, making it legally binding immediately. However, in other countries, like France, the legal ceremony takes place separately in a government office before any religious or traditional celebration. These differences show how various cultures perceive and prioritize the legal and ceremonial aspects of marriage. We'd love to hear from you. How are weddings celebrated in your country? What unique traditions make your culture's weddings special? That's all for today's episode on wedding vocabulary. We hope you've learned some useful words and phrases to help you talk about weddings with confidence. Until next time, happy learning and congratulations if you're planning your own wedding.